Jackson, all this speculation about the coach, is it a distraction for you guys?
No, not a distraction on us. I think it's absolutely ludicrous that they're coming out with these words about Matty and his position at this football club. I mean, we're 100% behind him, and I think it's laughable that they're actually bringing this up in the media and saying that he hasn't developed their group and pushed us forward. I mean, we've definitely developed. We're not happy with what we put up on the weekend, and I think we're the first to say that, and Matty will be the first to say that. But to question his jobs, it's a joke, really.
That's the bottom line, though, Jackson. It's whatever you say, but it's what you do that actually counts in the end. And that second quarter put him in the gun.
Yeah, we don't think he's put him in the gun. You guys think he has, but I don't think our football club or any of the players think he is in the gun.
So you think that second quarter doesn't say something about where the group's at?
No, I definitely don't think that's acceptable, our second quarter, but I don't think you can put that on the coach. It's a playing group that we're out there doing the stuff, and we didn't deliver, and we're the first to say that, and I don't think Matty's going to shy away from it or say that it wasn't his fault. He'll put his hand up, but it was definitely the playing group's fault, not his at all.
If we said it's a playing group, then it falls on the leadership group to do something about it. You're part of it. So what's the leadership group going to do?
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, we're working strenuously during the week to try and get better and to try and get the result of a win. I mean, we want the win as much as anyone else does, whether it's you guys or our supporters. I mean, we want it as much as they do, and it's hurting us to not win and to put up performance like that. We are trying. We're trying to deliver during the week. We're working flat out on our training. I mean, last week, as I said, we trained really well. We had high intensity, but we just didn't bring it in that second quarter, and it did cost us a game.
So there's a bit of a chicken and egg thing, but the media doesn't just completely make this stuff up. This is what people are talking about in the terraces, and this is why people aren't going to games. These sort of performances.
Yeah.
So, like, what do you say to the fans? It's all well and good to have a knock at the media for bringing this stuff up, but this is coming from the blokes who pay your wage. Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I suppose your question is they're saying that they're saying the same stuff as well. I mean, they have to stick by us as supporters as well. I mean, we don't want to lose games. Us as players hate it. I absolutely hate it. The leadership group hates it. Matty hates it. Everyone at the football club hates losing. And yes, what we put up on that second quarter is not good enough. And I'll put my hand up, and I'm sure every other player in there will put their hand up and say that's not good enough. But it's what we do forward to try and stop that from happening and to try and get that 4 quarters so we can get that win.
So why do you believe you're a better group this year?
Well, I would have thought we'd be in games. I mean, last year, as I said before, we actually weren't in games at quarter time last year. They were actually blowing us out of the water. This year, we've been in games and been able to have chances of winning. We haven't quite won them yet, but I don't think we're that far away.
What's the likelihood of Jay Shaw's lining up?
I think there's a fair chance that Joe will line up. I mean, he was in the club today doing a bit of training, and he's got to obviously go back in and get some testing done on his eyes. They've got to, I don't know, tell him if he can play or not. But by the looks of things, he's been in and around the club and training, so he's a fair chance to play, I think.
Have you and the leaders done anything since the weekend special, given the result?
Nothing special. I mean, we come in and we actually had a speaker come in and speak to us yesterday about some stuff and about leading and that, I mean, that's just developing our leadership roles. We've had that set in place for a week or two anyway. So he was coming in whether we won or lost on the weekend. So it was good for us. We got a lot out of it, and hopefully it does resolve into our game this week.
Who was that?
Brian Cunningham.
What was Bucky's key message?
He had a couple of points and he spoke for an hour, so he had a fair bit to tell us. But I mean, it was nothing to do with football. His first thing come up to us, he said, "I'm not going to talk about football because I've got nothing to do with that." He goes, he actually goes, "I don't know the game that's happening here now," but it was a lot to do with leading, whether it's in business or out in the field.